Hello and welcome to a Poker News special. This week we're going to travel back in time and take a look at all the big stories which hit the news in 2006. Firstly, the most important thing to hit the poker world and provide the poker community with the latest poker news and tournament details was, of course, the long-awaited Poker News. The show launched on the 9th of March and was the first poker news show of its kind, attracting viewers like the legendary Willie Tan. The poker world got very excited after what began as an April Fool's joke turned out to be a world record breaker. It was the Paddy Power World Strip Poker Championships, and Poker News was on hand to give our viewers full access. The winner was John Young from London, who decided to bear all, ensuring that Paddy Power would give an extra £10,000 to a charity of his choice.
I'm probably the hairiest poker player to get in the Guinness World Records as well.
The next big thing to happen was the most famous poker event in the world. Yes, you've guessed it. It was the 37th annual World Series of Poker, and the winner of the main event was, of course, Jamie Gold, who won a staggering $12 million.
I've never played in the World Series before. I believed I could do it. I won a lot of small tournaments, but I wanted to see if I can compete with the best. Johnny Chan told me that I could. All my friends told me that I could. You know, my family believed that I could. I thought that I could.
In a more depressing tale for the poker community, September brought a phone march instigated by the Poker Players Alliance in an attempt to stop the internet gaming bill. Unfortunately, the thousands of voices were ignored to the shock and disappointment of all American poker players, and President Bush signed the controversial Safe Port tax bill on, quite fittingly, Friday the 13th of October. In actual fact, the bill just makes it harder for players to finance their online gaming accounts. However, many gaming sites since have decided to play it safe by tackling the lucrative European and Asian markets instead, and say goodbye to all American players. On a lighter note, September was a great month for Brit Vicky Coren, who picked up the largest prize ever won by a woman in the whole of Europe when she annihilated the competition at the London leg of the EPT and picked up a whopping £500,000. Shortly after, the Brits continued full steam ahead, and Londoner Roland de Wolfe cleared the 389 field to win the EPT in Dublin back in October. This made him a record breaker for being the only poker player ever to have won both an EPT and WPT event.
When I enter a tournament, I think that I've got an advantage against the average player in the field, so I have some equity there, and if I'm confident in playing well, and most importantly if I'm running well and being lucky at the time, then I've got a chance.
In November, proving how massive poker is, the latest James Bond film, Casino Royale, altered the original game of Baccarat, or chemin de fer, to everybody's favourite Texas Hold'em. And not only that, but our very own Dr. Tom Sambrook from Poker Night Live was on set to ensure that all the actors played like professional, high-stakes poker players.
I started working with Bond people right back in January. I got to play poker with pretty much all of the cast. I never got to work with Daniel Craig apart from on set, because he was a bit busy chucking people down stairwells. So the first time I saw his play was when he was actually doing it for real.
Call. Gentlemen, showdown, please. Full house. Kings and aces. Monsieur le chiffre.
And finally, the largest addition of prize money to any tournament in the history of poker took place this month in the Ladbrokes Poker Millions. Poker News caught up with some of the finalists to find out what winning the Poker Millions would mean to them.
The main event of the World Series, the Aussie Millions, and this is my first attempt at the Poker Millions, so let's hope it's won all the way.
Well, the Poker Millions is one of the biggest tournaments in Europe. Probably the biggest tournament in England. I haven't won a tournament for a while. I've been, pretty quiet, so it'd be a nice time to get a win.
The winner of this prestigious event was Raj Moda, who went home with £1.2 million. Here is what he had to say about how confident he felt before the final heads-up took place.
Confident as anybody can be, but I'm just here to have fun, really. Just play, and if I win, that's fine. If I don't, that's fine as well.
Well, I hope you've enjoyed our roundup of 2006. We'll be back in 2007 to continue keeping you up to date on the latest poker news. That's all from me. I'll see you next time.